Hey everyone, ready for a deep dive?
Always.
This time we're tackling Rositsa Ivanova's Healthy, Young, and Beautiful Forever.
Oh, yeah, I loved this one. Packed with great advice. And the recipe's delicious.
So who is Rositsa Ivanova?
Well, she's a certified fitness trainer,
Okay.
but she's not just, in the gym all day. She's been creating personalized fitness and nutrition plans.
Interesting. What kind of people does she work with?
All sorts, all ages, backgrounds, you name it. So she really understands the challenges of, real life.
You mentioned nutrition plans. This is more than just exercise then.
Exactly. Food is a huge part of it. And actually, she's a mom herself, and
Oh.
she's had to deal with, those common childhood food issues.
I know those struggles.
Right. Cow's milk, protein intolerance, eczema, those sorts of things. Makes her approach really relatable, I think.
Sure. Especially for parents out there. Anything else stand out about her?
Definitely her focus on epigenetics.
That's intriguing.
Yeah, it goes beyond just what we eat.
Hmm.
It's how our choices impact our genes.
Whoa, so we have more control than we think.
That's what she argues. And she's all about making healthy eating simple, enjoyable, not a chore.
Okay, sold. So where does she start?
With the building blocks, macronutrients.
Ah, yes, the protein, carbs, fats trio. We hear these terms all the time.
Right, but do we really get them?
Guilty.
Rositsa has this great analogy. She compares protein to the parts of a car,
Okay.
and carbs and fats, those are the fuel.
Ah, I see. So protein is what our body is made of, essentially.
Exactly. The building blocks for repair, growth, all that.
And she's big on complete protein, right?
Huge. Says it's easiest to get from animal sources, meat, eggs, dairy. Those are your go-tos.
Does she demonize carbs or fats, though, like some diets do?
Nope. It's all about balance for her. With carbs, it's about choosing the right kind.
Gotcha. So like whole grain bread instead of white bread?
More like eat the whole apple, not just apple juice, you know?
So less processed stuff.
Makes sense. Keeps you fuller longer, too. Those whole grains, veggies, they're packed with fiber.
I've noticed that for sure. I feel so much better after brown rice than after white bread. Huge difference.
Right. It's not just about calories. It's about how those foods affect us.
Ah.
Energy levels, blood sugar, the whole thing.
So fat. What's her take on that?
Fat is essential. Rositsa makes that really clear. Healthy skin and hair, hormones, even our cells need it to function.
So it's not the enemy it's made out to be.
Absolutely not. Plus, good fats help you absorb all those essential vitamins and minerals.
Okay, right. Micronutrients.
Vitamins and minerals, those tiny but powerful things.
How does Rositsa explain those?
She keeps it pretty simple. Vitamins are either water-soluble or fat-soluble.
So some you pee out, others hang around.
That's the gist. Be careful with those fat-soluble ones. You can get too much, like vitamin D.
What about minerals then? What's their deal?
They're like the tiny workers in your body, keeping everything running smoothly. Water balance, strong bones,
Right.
even taste and smell, they're involved in that too.
Seriously. I had no idea. It seems like everything is connected when it comes to nutrition.
It really is. It's a complex system. But Rositsa's point is don't get overwhelmed.
Easier said than done sometimes.
I know, right? But focus on giving your body what it needs, a good balance of all those nutrients. That's the foundation.
It's like building a house. You need all the right materials.
That's the perfect analogy. But let's be honest, we don't always eat perfectly. Life happens.
Drew.
And the nutrition world doesn't make it easier. Always some new villain. Fat, carbs, sugar.
So confusing.
Right. All these restrictive diets pop up and they're just not sustainable.
I've tried a few.
Mhm.
Never ends well.
Rositsa gets that. She's like, hey, indulge sometimes, have that pizza, enjoy pasta once a week. It's not going to ruin everything.
Oh, that's good to hear. So it's not about being perfect.
Nope. It's about what works for you long term, finding that balance.
I like that. So what's her secret weapon for making this whole thing work?
Intuitive eating.
Sounds a lot better than counting calories. What is that exactly?
Tuning into your body's signals. Eat when you're hungry, stop when you're satisfied, not stuffed.
No more guilt tripping myself.
Exactly. Enjoy food. It's meant to be pleasurable and nourishing.
Okay, I'm on board. But what if I'm, hungry all the time?
Ah, Rositsa's got you covered. She's a big advocate for protein at every meal.
To feel fuller.
Yep. Keeps those cravings in check. It's like giving your body the building blocks it needs.
It does make a difference when I make sure to get enough protein.
Right. It's about giving your body what it craves. And her book is full of these awesome recipes. Simple, easy to follow.
Speaking of, I'm curious about those recipes.
Oh, they're great. We should definitely dive into some of them.
Let's do it.
Okay, so breakfast. Rositsa has some really creative ideas, like how does eggs, avocado, and smoked salmon sound?
Oh, wow. That's a power breakfast right there.
Right. Protein, healthy fats, tons of flavor.
Love it. What else does she suggest for breakfast?
If you're more of a light breakfast person, she's got Greek yogurt with nuts and honey.
Okay, that's quick and easy.
Super easy. And
Yeah.
it's packed with protein, calcium from the yogurt, healthy fats from the nuts.
What if you're a warm breakfast person? Any ideas there?
Absolutely. She has a recipe for overnight oats.
Oh, those are always good.
So easy. Just mix it up the night before. Chia seeds, fruit, all that good stuff.
Lots of fiber, I bet.
Tons. And protein, antioxidants.
Mm-hmm.
It's a winner for sure.
Those all sound amazing. I love how her recipes are both healthy and delicious. It just makes it so much easier to stick with healthy eating. What about lunch and dinner? Any go-to recipes for those meals?
Oh, tons. One of my favorites is her grilled chicken breast with quinoa and vegetables.
Classic, but always good.
It's a complete meal. You've got your lean protein from the chicken,
Right.
fiber, iron from the quinoa, and of course, all the vitamins and minerals from the veggies.
That's like a nutritional powerhouse.
Yeah.
What other lunch or dinner recipes did you like?
Oh, she has this omelet with cottage cheese and spinach.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
So good. Eggs are already a great source of protein, but the cottage cheese bumps it up even more,
Smart.
and it gives it this amazing creamy texture.
I'm always looking for new omelet ideas. You can add whatever veggies you have on hand. Super versatile.
Exactly. And if you're looking for something even easier, she has this tuna salad with chickpeas.
Oh, I love tuna salad. I never thought to add chickpeas, though.
It's a twist on a classic. Those chickpeas add plant-based protein and fiber.
So it's more filling and nutritious.
Oh,
Those all sound so delicious. I'm definitely going to try those. But let's be real. Sometimes you just need a snack. What kind of snack ideas does Rositsa recommend?
well, she keeps it simple, effective. Hard-boiled eggs are always a good one.
Oh, yeah. I always have those in my fridge. Perfect for when those afternoon cravings hit.
Portable protein. Another one she suggests is hummus with zucchini sticks.
Okay, that's a good alternative to chips and dip. Much healthier.
Way healthier. Hummus is packed with protein, fiber, and the zucchini gives you that satisfying crunch.
What about when you're, like, really on the go and need something quick?
Protein bars. But she's picky about them. Low sugar, high protein, and fiber. That's the key.
Makes sense. There are so many protein bars out there. It's hard to know which ones are actually good for you.
Right. You got to read those labels. Oh, and this one surprised me. She recommends cottage cheese and peaches.
Really? Interesting combo.
Sounds odd, but trust me, it works. Cottage cheese for the protein and calcium?
And the peaches for sweetness.
Exactly. It's like a naturally sweet treat. And remember, Rositsa's not about deprivation. She's actually all for enjoying those cheat foods once a week or so.
Yeah, you mentioned that earlier. It's about finding that balance, making healthy eating sustainable, not restrictive. But let's go back to her focus on protein for a second. She seems to really emphasize getting enough. Why is protein so crucial in her approach?
Protein is the building block of our bodies, right?
Yes.
It's essential for muscle growth, repair, hormones, immune system. It plays a role in everything. And she finds that prioritizing protein at every meal helps people feel full and satisfied.
Which helps prevent overeating and those crazy cravings.
Exactly. It's like giving your body what it needs to thrive, but how much protein is enough? It's different for everyone.
So it's not one size fits all.
Nope. It depends on your activity level, age, what your goals are. Rositsa encourages people to experiment a bit.
Figure out what works for your body.
Right. She talks about how she increased her protein intake and saw these amazing results, stronger nails, thicker hair.
Wow.
Even her skin looked more youthful, and her hormones balanced out.
That's amazing. It really highlights how powerful food can be. But it's not all about what we eat, right? She also talks about the importance of movement.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. She's a big believer in weight training, especially for, like, reversing the aging process.
I remember reading that.
Weight training stimulates muscle growth, which basically tricks your body into thinking it's still developing.
So we're turning back the clock, essentially.
Exactly. Challenging your muscles keeps you young and vibrant. But she doesn't stop there. She also emphasizes mental well-being.
Oh, right. She talks about meditation.
Yes, it's so important in today's world with all the stress and information overload. Even just a few minutes a day can make a huge difference.
Finding that calm amidst the chaos. I like that. But let's go back to the macronutrients for a moment. You were explaining how carbs and fats are like fuel for the body, using that car analogy. Can you elaborate on that a bit more?
Sure. So just like different cars need different types of fuel, our bodies use carbs and fats differently. Carbs, especially from whole, unprocessed sources, they're like high-octane fuel for quick energy.
Got it. So what we need for those intense workouts or when we're really focused mentally, what about fat? What's its role?
Fats, especially the healthy ones like avocado, nuts, olive oil,
Oh,
they're more like diesel fuel, slow-burning, sustained energy. They're important for things like hormone production, cell function,
okay.
and keeping you feeling full and satisfied.
So carbs are for quick energy, fats are for the long haul. It's like having different fuel options depending on the situation.
Exactly. And just like putting the wrong type of fuel in your car can cause problems.
Uh-oh.
Eating the wrong types of carbs or too much of the wrong kinds of fat can throw your body off balance.
So choosing wisely is key.
Yeah.
Finding that balance between carbs and fats that works for your body.
That's the goal. And Rositsa reminds us that our bodies haven't fully adapted to all these processed carbs we have nowadays. It's like putting sugar in your gas tank.
Yikes. Not a good idea.
Right. You might get a quick burst of energy, but it can lead to all sorts of problems later on.
So how do we navigate this whole carbs and fats thing and make choices that actually support our health?
Rositsa's all about listening to your body. She provides a framework, the tools, but ultimately it's about you becoming more aware of how different foods make you feel.
So pay attention and adjust accordingly.
Exactly. Take control of your health. Make choices that empower you, not restrict you.
That's a great way to put it. It's about finding what truly works for you and your body. And her book is like a guide to making those choices.
Absolutely. It takes the complexity out of nutrition and makes it accessible to everyone.
Speaking of making things easier, I remember she has some great cooking tips too.
Oh, yeah. She talks about using non-stick ceramic pans, baking on parchment paper.
Less oil and fat. Right.
Exactly. Healthier meals without sacrificing flavor.
I'm all about that. Any other cool tips?
She's a big fan of dry frying. Basically, cooking without any oil.
Really? Does it actually work?
It works wonders. For things like chicken breast, vegetables, give it a try.
I will. Less oil, fewer calories, less mess. I'm in.
And for all the parents out there,
Yeah.
she recommends using a food processor to prepare meals for babies over a year old.
That's a great idea. Makes things so much easier.
It does, and you can make healthy meals the whole family will enjoy. So yeah, Rositsa's book is full of these practical tips and tricks to make healthy eating a part of your life.
I love that. It's not just about theory. It's about giving you the tools to actually make it happen. Well, we've covered a lot of ground so far in our deep dive into Rositsa's Healthy, Young, and Beautiful Forever.
We have, from macronutrients to micronutrients,
Protein power,
intuitive eating,
delicious recipes.
and practical tips for making it all work.
But before we wrap things up, I want to circle back to something Rositsa mentions about the constantly changing world of nutrition advice.
Oh, right. She talks about how there's always a new villain. First it was fat, then carbs, then sugar. It's exhausting.
Like, who are we supposed to believe?
That's where Rositsa's approach shines. Tune out the noise and focus on the fundamentals.
So what are the fundamentals? Just to recap.
Eat whole, unprocessed foods, prioritize protein, listen to your body, find what works for you.
Simple, yet powerful.
It is. And it's about creating sustainable habits, not chasing the latest fads. That's the key to long-term health and well-being.
It's about creating a lifestyle you can actually stick with. Makes sense. All right, we're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back to wrap things up. Stay tuned.
And we're back, talking all things healthy eating with Rositsa Ivanova's Healthy, Young, and Beautiful Forever.
Such a refreshing take on nutrition, honestly. It is. It's all about empowerment, not restriction.
Yeah.
She gives you the knowledge, the tools, and then encourages you to figure out what works best for your body.
No cookie-cutter plans here.
Exactly. It's about listening to your body's signals, not some random diet book telling you what to do.
And that's what makes this book stand out. It's not about quick fixes or fads. It's a guide to a sustainable, enjoyable way of eating.
One that can actually transform your health long term. I especially love how Rositsa ditches the whole diet mentality.
Well, for sure. That restriction guilt cycle,
Yeah,
it's just not sustainable.
it's exhausting.
Yeah.
And usually ends in, giving up completely.
Exactly. Rositsa's approach is about creating a healthier relationship with food, one that's based on nourishing your body, enjoying what you eat, and taking care of yourself.
It makes so much sense. And she doesn't shy away from saying it's okay to indulge occasionally.
Absolutely. Depriving yourself only backfires in the end.
Totally agree. So it's about finding that sweet spot. Healthy choices most of the time, but enjoying those treats now and then.
That's the key to making it a lifestyle, not just a temporary diet.
And remember, She has all those great tips for making healthy eating easier.
Oh, yeah. Her recipes are awesome. So simple, so flavorful.
Right.
Even if you're busy, you can make it work.
No excuses.
Exactly. And she's got those practical tips too, like using nonstick pans, baking on parchment paper.
To reduce added oils and fats.
Yep. Healthier cooking without compromising taste.
Genius. It's like she's thought of everything to make this whole healthy eating thing actually doable.
She has. And don't forget her emphasis on mental well-being.
Oh, right. Meditation.
So important for finding that inner peace, especially in today's world.
It's easy to get overwhelmed.
For sure. But even a few minutes of meditation can make a difference.
Little steps, big changes. Well, we've covered so much in this deep dive.
We have. Rositsa's Healthy, Young, and Beautiful Forever is packed with amazing insights.
If you're ready to take control of your health, learn about nutrition, and ditch the diet mentality for good,
This is the book for you. No need for any other diet books.
Rositsa really simplifies things and makes healthy eating accessible to everyone.
And enjoyable.
A huge thank you to Rositsa Ivanova for making nutrition easy to understand and, most importantly, making it something we can actually incorporate into our lives.
She's a true inspiration.
All right, folks, that's it for our deep dive today.
Hope you found it helpful.
We'll see you next time for more deep dives into fascinating topics. Until then, stay curious.